Okay, let's get it started. It's already been 10 minutes. I was doing stuff, but we're here now. And I'm over here, but I'm over here now. Okay, hello everybody. Yet another Umamusume stream from your boy Shino the Penguin. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. Hope everyone's having a good start to the weekend. Gonna be doing some more EN Umamusume. Can you believe it? Ever since the track blazer is gone, I've actually had motivation to play this game. Isn't that amazing? When you have to not spend 40 minutes a run, it actually makes things so much more better. It's amazing. I can't believe it. So we'll be doing some preparation for the upcoming Offkai Expo's Umamusume competition. Along the way, we might also kind of do make some kind of random Umas. I kind of hesitate on doing that just because I know Grand Concert's coming pretty soon. Grand Live, Grand Concert, it's whatever you want to call it. But we'll try and do that. One thing that I will note is that my phone is still broken, so for the first time, I'm actually going to be streaming the desktop version because I have it on Steam and I was able to connect my account. So it's going to be a little bit of finagling while I figure out kind of the settings, make sure everything's not too loud, not too crazy, but for the most part, I think I should have everything good. So let's just jump into it. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna have to jump into a PC game now. And hopefully it shows up. Nope. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Like I said, troubleshooting. Why is it not showing up? That's the question. The game audio is showing up, but the actual... Hold on. What if I do this? No. I do remember this being an issue that people have told me about. Like, I remember one of my friends has mentioned that this is actually a thing, an issue. Is the game audio showing up? I see that here, which is really funny to me. But for whatever reason, I'm not seeing... Okay, hold on. Everybody loves some good old-fashioned scuff. Umamusume Steam not showing up. Oh, yes. Okay. Do I really have to do window capture? Oh, that's not cool. Does it not work for game capture? Let's see. I guess worst case I can do window capture. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna have to go that route. The only issue I have with that is... my window capture cuts off at a certain point. Let me see how horrible that looks, but... If I switch over to this... Yeah, see, it does cut off at some point. ちょっと待ってください。if I duplicate this, desktop 2, oh, oh no. Oh no, what is this? Why is that the thing that happens? Oh, yikes. Okay, hold on. Oh, alright. This. No, that's the wrong one. No. There. Is it Alt? Alt is the one that. Or Alt. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Alt. Okay. Sure, 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 sure. Schwa, 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 schwa. Okay. Sure. Okay. That's that's right. This down. Okay. Actually no, this is still cut off. Alright. There we go. Working it out on the fly. Think we're good. Oh, that's my... I forgot I'm window capturing. I'm not doing the... Whoops. Um, Forgive the scuff as I try and figure out how to stream. I don't know how to stream. Okay, I can block the right screen. That's whatever. Okay. Yeah, that's probably fine. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love I actually don't really love the layout of the desktop version, but that's also because I'm so used to the or not desktop, I'm so used to the phone version that this is a bit jarring for me, but okay, that works. Okay, cool. All right, you see my mouse, that actually is fine, blah, 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 looks good there. Um, Now, the other problem I'm seeing is that you don't see or you don't hear the game audio, and that is because we are not showing that. Well, biscuits. Hold on. Maybe if I duplicate PC, okay, that's not really what I meant to do. Maybe if I duplicate PC game instead, I remove, or no, don't remove that yet. Um, green, green, green. Okay, screen, if I copy this over to this, paste that son of a bitch. Oh, yikes. And move that all the way down here? Question mark? Yeah, that works. And then y'all can actually hear the game audio. All the overlays are good. You just remove this. Yes, delete it. Okay, PC game 2. And we're good. Okay. I think that should be good. Game audio's good. Maybe it's a bit quiet actually. That's fine. We don't need that. Game audio's for losers anyway. Okay. That's it. Okay. Bam. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. That should be good. Alright. So. Let me look at the... Oh, goodness. Oh, what the heck? Why is the clicking off? That's... Oh? It's just laggy. Okay, that's weird. What I was gonna do was I was gonna go to my list here, show... That's not what I wanted. Rating. Okay. So we do have a couple, I think if you saw the thumbnail of the stream, I'm gonna be bringing Ines. So this race is, it's the Nippon Derby, so Tokyo 2400 meter, medium race, obviously. Weather conditions permitting, depending on the actual conditions of the convention, which presumably is most likely going to be sunny. I highly doubt it's going to rain or be cloudy, so I think we should be fine there. But I'm bringing Ines. You see, I've been training a whole bunch of them. I'm bringing good old Seiyun Sky, and then either Nice Nature or Tama, but I'm kind of leaning towards Nature just because these are some of my favorite characters. Not to discount Tama, because I actually like Tama as well, but that's probably the plan for now. I just wanted to test out one Tama to see how it went. Not great, but you know, it's a process, so we'll go with that. I'm actually gonna this hasn't been the best run, but I started a run already just to test out how the UI works on the desktop side of things and how the experience goes, so we'll just continue on because I didn't make that much progress into this. But yeah, usually I do the thing where like I like quickly peruse through all my options, so it's nice to know that this exists. Like this also exists. You just have to click and drag sort of thing, so it's nice to have that option. I don't have to, you know, individually click each one. That's what I was a little worried about moving into this UI, is the fact that, oh, I'm gonna have to probably like, and also this is kind of nice to pop up here. Not gonna lie, that is actually really nice. So I don't have to manually click the button and be like, oh, what's going on here? But that's not too bad, all things considered. So pretty nice overall. I also do like, obviously it looks a hell of a lot better on here than it does on the phone. That's one thing that I think, honestly, I might keep playing this version. Here's the thing, like I've kind of wanted to maybe also try the Japanese version, but that might cause issues considering the game files kind of share the same folders from what I saw, so from what I've been reading about. So that may not be the play, so I might have to just use this version for the English version, and then whenever I get my phone fixed, which hopefully should be soon, I will use the phone experience for the Japanese version. But at least so far, this hasn't been been kind of the same, you know? It's just I gotta focus on this side now, so my eyes are just gonna be very leaning to the left, but shoot, see, that's the thing, I'm so used to clicking on effects, but now it just pops up automatically, so don't need to. I'm gonna have to unlearn some habits of mine, basically. But I guess the main goal of what I'm trying to go for, selfishly, I kind of want to try and get a UG, at least a UG. I still haven't actually gotten that yet in any of my runs, but I guess SS Plus is also decently fine enough, and honestly, like really, a well-built SS should probably be fine. Here's the thing, I don't know how crazy the competition is going to be. I'm kind of expecting the worst, aka, you know, these people are like absolute tryhards, friggin' whales who have the best SS or the best SSR support cards and all that, and I'm just gonna be, I'm here with my casual self, just like being like, oh, here I am, my casual Ines and my casual Seiyun Sky, just trying to make a living. Well, I'm not expecting too much, but you know, I might as well, given how much I played this game, how much I streamed this game, so why not give it a shot and see how far I can get into it. But like most things in life, I'm gonna try and keep my expectations a bit low, and we'll see how far that goes from there. But having said that, gonna try and go for obviously as much speed as possible. You see, actually, if you take a look at what I have for support cards, you see I have the 2 speed, 2 wit, and then this Falco power only because she gives out groundwork, which for some reason isn't there in the skills. Probably because it's a career event. But that's the only reason why I have her. So ideally, max speed, 1200 plus power. Maybe, I don't know if 1200 wit is really the play, but at least 1000 I think is probably going to be a good bet. And then enough stamina, but hopefully with the amount of power train that I do, that should, and also bringing Rico as well, that should hopefully have enough. Because I don't think you really need a crazy amount of stamina, but definitely do not want to have a low amount, and especially since good old front runner over here who requires the most stamina, so I want to make sure that that's a sufficient amount. But gonna be kind of the same thing with Seiyun Sky as well, because they kind of share the same strategy. So you know, groundwork is obviously a must. Try and bring in as much of those kind of front runner skills as possible, and hopefully get the good RNG going. For nature, I'm not exactly too sure. I know nature is going to be definitely bringing in the Mejiros in terms of the parents. You see right now I have El Condor Pasa as my second parent. Obviously, you know, Saiyan Sky is the required parent for frontrunners, but I know, at least for El Condor Pasa, I do know that this skill actually is pretty decent for frontrunners, and it has been historically on the JP side. Now, that should probably not be the best. It's probably not the best way of thinking, especially since all the different changes that happened in terms of timing and stuff for this side of the game. So it's kind of, can't really bring in my experience on the JP side to here, but it kind of, you know, you can kind of take some concepts, maybe not most concepts, but like a good number of concepts from that and be like, yeah, you know, I know that was the case there. I'm sure that's probably going to be the same thing here as well. But oh, I actually don't have any, I have max energy. I guess I'll take the speed boost then. Hey, Yamini, what's up? What's up, Mr. Penguin? It's going. Well, I guess that's not what you asked, but life's going. I haven't even gotten to my whole how I've been doing today, but it's been going okay. It's been all right. You can see my phone's still broken, so I'm on the desktop side now, which I've been talking about how it's a little bit of a different change, but overall it's I do like the improved graphics for sure, but it's a little bit of a adjustment in like some minor things. So, but overall it's pretty much the same game anyway, so really I am impressed with how much better the graphics look though, and I don't know why it really should be. I guess I'm just so used to the phone version that it's like, wow, this is actually what it looks like in crisp resolutions. I shouldn't say HD, but like crisp resolutions. Hey Layla, what's up? Hello, welcome. And long time no see, welcome. Hope you're doing well. By the way, my wedding's tomorrow. Oh shoot, nice. Nice. Good luck with all of that. I know that is a huge a lot of things that go into that, so hopefully everything goes smoothly and you have a good time, because at the end of the day, that's hopefully what it should be all about, you know, is that you have a good time, as much as all the guests that you invite also, you know, are there, but it's just like, you know, hopefully it's not too stressful for you. What is this? This is when I would use a date event. All good today? Good to hear. Nice. Yeah, I guess jumping into what I was kind of hinting at, but not really, about like, oh, how was your day today? It was, you know, it was a day. I have talked about in past streams how I'm like moving because my rent here is too damn expensive, and that's really the only reason. After I streamed yesterday, I hopped on well, actually I hopped on a Discord call with a couple of friends. But they were playing games. I didn't join the game because I was way too tired. It was like 12:30 at this point. This was like right after the Omori stream, so I was still reeling from all the events that happened there. And by the way, if you didn't catch that, I did finish the game yesterday, so that was quite a twist. Did not expect that. Very fun. Did not realize there were so many endings, so maybe I might come back to it, but I think I mentioned I think I'll probably just play it off stream and try and collect more stuff there. But I did that, and I was looking at apartments because, you know, that's been kind of my daily routine, has been kind of looking at the new postings, and I noticed that my unit finally got posted, but for $300 less than what I'm paying for right now. And I was actually kind of low-key, I wasn't angry, but I was kind of like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I understand, like, right, like, they can't just, like, most apartment places aren't going to be like, oh, we're lowering your rent. They're just probably going to be like, oh, let's just keep it the status quo, and, you know, we'll offer you that. But what I find really kind of, maybe frustrating, maybe, I don't know if that's the right word, but, like, infuriating? I don't know, but, like, what I found crazy about that was, like, when I was talking to my, the leasing person, because I had to talk to the office, or I had to go to the office, talk to the person, and be like, hey, I'm going to be moving out, rent's too expensive, that's literally the only reason I love living here, but, like, you know, the rent's way too expensive, so, and they never entertained the possibility of being like, hey, we could maybe lower your rent or something, you know, they didn't even, like, you know, be like, oh, like, why, like, negotiate whatever, or be like, hey, like, you know, let's talk about this. They were like, oh, okay, well, just sign this form and you're done. And it's just like, they gave no effort at that. And I'm just thinking at the end of the day, like, is it really, oh my god, the bots, is it really that, like, I feel like it would be so much harder to try and find, like, a prospective tenant than just keep the tenants you have. So I don't know why they didn't, like, make such a big effort to, like, actually be like, hey, do you want to stay? Like, it's just like, and that was kind of interesting to me, but because that's the thing, like, if my rent definitely went down by, like, that much, I would have definitely highly considered staying here, because, you know, the efforts of having to find a place, move out, do all the logistics of changing addresses and stuff, and it's just so annoying. And, you know, if it's like, if my rent went down by that much, then yeah, absolutely I would have stayed here. So it's just kind of a little bit frustrating that that was not an option presented to me. And the other kind of part about that was, today I went to an apartment showing for a place that was actually really nice. Central air, in-unit air, or washer-dryer, which are kind of two biggest things I'm looking at right now. And has ample space, top floor, doesn't share any walls, has a car, kind of, not a garage, but like a kind of covered space for parking, and I'm like, honestly, this checks all the boxes. This is amazing. And this got posted, I think, last night. So I scheduled the tour for today, 2 p.m. I walk over to the apartment place. Nobody shows up. And I didn't get any sort of text about, like, oh, here's, because there was, like, a lockbox where it contained the key and stuff to do, like, a self-tour. None of that information. So what I ended up doing, or, like, I just went back home because I'm like, oh, fuck this, okay, you know, this is not the first time that this has happened, where I got ghosted by whoever. Like, I messaged him, like, hey, is anybody coming? And just don't get any response until, like, an hour later. It's like, oh, sorry, I was you still there? And it's like, no, I'm not there. I've not been waiting outside the apartment building for 1 hour like an idiot. I went home after 10 minutes because I had other things to do. Anyway, sorry. I see there's a comment in the chat. I'll continue my story after I do this. By the way, imagine we get a new scenario, simple as Unity Cup and JP, because OMG, I'm very burnt out from the ramen scenario. Yeah, I mean, the ramen scenario isn't... I mean, I will say, I haven't been playing the JP version as much. I have actually not been training any Umas for the upcoming CM, so... I've honestly just letting the game play on auto run so I can get fans, but... I didn't think that the ramen scenario was that bad, to be honest. It just seemed like... And again, I'm still to the point of where I feel like I still don't really get it yet. Like, I think it's kind of similar to like what it was with the Breeders' Cup scenario, where I was trying to figure out like, oh, like, what like the kind of the nuances of each kind of like branching path and whatever. That I still feel like I still don't really have a good grasp of. But I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's... I mean, anything compared to Trackblazer is totally fine. I'm always just going to be that guy that's just going to be like, oh, Trackblazer. Shaking my head. I'm so glad we're over that period here. But I get the appeal of a simple scenario, you know, one that you can kind of turn your brain off on, but I do like the fact that we have the kind of the... I feel like the game has kind of gotten to a good point of new scenarios having... The kind of a little bit of the complexity, but not too like crazy in terms of like the game mechanic stuff or like the scenario mechanics. And also, you know, it's not too, I guess, yeah, because I feel like there were some past scenarios where I feel like there were some scenarios, or not scenarios, there were some scenarios that just felt like really convoluted in terms of all the mechanics there in the past. I'm trying to think of like a good example, but at this point, they've all kind of blended together into their own thing. Maybe... I think the Three Goddesses one was one I remember that was just like, man, this is just like... Because you had to do all the like the color matching and trying to get that setting and trying to get all the kind of the marbles to line up with the turns. And it's just like, man, this is just a lot. I feel like compared to what we have for the ramen, that wasn't as... The ramen one isn't as bad. But again, I haven't dove in too deep into it to really get into the nitty-gritty of it. Classic Gear is like the worst phase in the ramen scenario. Yeah, Classic Gear is brutal because like you can't train the speed very well. Like I feel like and again, I'm gonna keep sounding like a broken record here, saying like, oh, I don't know exactly the optimal, but it feels like the Classic Gear is just kind of more building out non-speed training. Like, for example, if you're building for, I guess, the long scenario, or for a long CM right now, it would be to train, like, stamina and wit. It's, like, the biggest thing. But then, it's usually the case where you're going to be bringing in, like, oh, that's unfortunate. You're going to be bringing in 2 speed cards, and then for the most part, maybe you might bring in, like, 2 stamina cards, especially for this CM. But for the most part, it's going to be like one of every other card, so I do understand the thing of where it's like, you know, the speed training is most likely going to be the best training, and so it's frustrating seeing that whenever you're in Classic here and you're like, oh, well, I can't really do it that as optimally or as well. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's that good of a boost. But that does remind me that I do need to eventually train CM. CM is coming up pretty soon on the JP side, right? And I have not trained anybody for that yet. I found out recently that apparently I think Manhattan Cafe is absolutely one of the best characters in that, like in terms of the meta. And apparently the new NTR, the ramen NTR is actually pretty good, which is good because I actually did end up getting her like out of the blue. So maybe I might use her. I know... Is Blaze Naughty to Brine still decent? I know she's like really good in the long races, so she might be an option. I know Swimsuit Cheval was usually pretty good in the long races, but I'm not really sure if it applies here. I'll have to take a look. I haven't actually even looked at any sort of tier list. I just seen like occasional screenshots here and there from the Discords I'm in, but I haven't done any intensive research. Oh man, this is... Where are my rainbow trainings? I still only have an single LG nature, but nothing else noteworthy after that run. I mean, that's still something, and honestly, LG is still pretty damn good. I haven't even gotten close to that rank yet. Maybe... I mean, at that point, it's just like, I think you're just hunting for the ratings. I don't know if it's like... I think anything like within like mid-US would probably be pretty decent in CM, but it's hard to really say unless you do any of the circle matches, the not circle matches, the oh my god, there's some dude. Okay, by the way, follow up from yesterday, I figured out why there were so many bugs around my my desk. It was the trash. So I took out the trash. Hopefully that eliminates the root source and I start seeing less of them. But yeah, that was a little bit of a shocker. That reminds me of a story I had where I was living back in one of my old apartments. I think and this is gonna make me sound like such a slob. It's like, oh, this guy doesn't take out his trash. What the hell is he doing? It's disgusting. But I am reasonably clean for the most part. I feel like, again, you know, maybe unreliable narrator and all that. But I usually like eating apples, you know, or some sort of like fruits and all that. And, you know, of course, with apples, you have the cores, and so you throw them in the trash, and it's like, okay, great, you know, it's like, leave them in the bag, and hopefully you're fine. I come back, or I don't come back, but like I am sitting in my like desk, and I notice there's like a good, not a good number, but there's like, you know, like maybe 2-3 ants just like kind of crawling around my desk, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. I feel like I usually almost never see these guys like in my apartment. And then I don't think too much of it, and then I go to my kitchen, and one day, because I don't really cook that much, so like, you know, I don't really go to the kitchen that much or like explore too hard, and I look inside my trash bag, and I actually had to recoil because there were so many, there was like trails of ants just like surrounding like all these like apple cores and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, that, yeah, okay, that explains a lot. So I had to run to the grocery store, get some like Raid, just spray the kitchen full of it, and then have to clean up with the aftermath of that. But that was that definitely left an impression in the mind for sure. And ever since then, been a little bit better about taking out the trash. Also, with apples and stuff, I've just been kind of a little bit traumatized with it, so I just have not been eating as many apples. Or like, if I eat apples, I just like put the core, I like legitimately put the core in a bag and then throw it away, so that I don't have that situation ever happen again. But yeah, that's my ant story. I don't know, whatever. But going back to what I was talking about with the apartment tour today. So I get back home, I'm like, fuck this. This is a waste. That was a waste of my time. I could have been doing other things. I get a call about 10 minutes later. And I thought, like, initially I called the office, and I was like, oh, like, I hear the automated voicemail be like, we are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or whatever hours and bullshit. And I was like, oh, shit, well, they're probably closed. Okay, well, rip that. But I actually get a call, like, 10 minutes later from a guy from the office, and he's like, hey, yeah, sorry about that. Usually we get, like, an agent gets assigned or whatever, I guess, to like a showing, but like that didn't happen there, and I just noticed your message, and it's just like, oh, sorry about that. So they gave me the code, I toured the apartment, and here's the kicker. While I was touring the apartment, and I was like, oh man, this is a really nice place, I'm gonna immediately submit an application, because this is like the third apartment where I was like, this is actually really nice, and then I find out later that like somebody already beat me to the punch in terms of like submitting a deposit or like an application or something. And that's usually because I was like, oh, I'll take a night to think about it, because I don't want to immediately have to like impulse be like, oh, I have to get this now. But I found that I can't do that anymore because of how freaking competitive apparently the apartments are here, especially the really desirable ones. So I had to, or not I had to, but I just was like, okay, well, I'm gonna, once I go home, I'm gonna immediately submit an application. I get a phone call, and this is while I was like doing a video, kind of like, because I usually take like a video of like the apartments just to have for later reference, be like, oh, like what did it look like, how did it feel, that kind of thing, which has definitely been really helpful in the past. While I was taking the video of the apartment, I get a call from the guy, and I'm like, hello, and he's like, oh, hey, sorry, it's like, this is what's your face from the management side. It's like, yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that somebody just submitted a deposit for the apartment that I sent you, or the apartment tour that I sent you. And he's like, "Are you in the apartment right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "Oh, okay, sorry about that." And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was legitimately pretty miffed, I'm not gonna lie, because that apartment literally became available last night. And so it was not even a day and somebody's already submitted the deposit for it. And I'm just like, the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I could not have done it any faster to the point of where I scheduled, like, because the tours were only available for, like, the day after, and I think I took the earliest one. And even then, somebody still fucking beat me to the punch, and I'm like, did this guy even look at the apartment or something? Or they just, like, immediately just put in an application or something? And it boggled my mind. I'm just like, oh my fucking god, what is with the rental market here? It's fucking crazy. It's either like 20 groups of people trying to go for this apartment, or it's just half, because it's either that or there's the other end of the spectrum where half of the showings that I've been to have either been ghosted or some shit has gone wrong. Like, I think I told the story yesterday about how, or not yesterday, but like in the past stream, about how I went to a showing, like a self showing, and they said, oh, you just enter the code, you get the key from the lockbox, and then you should be able to get in. I go in, open the lockbox, no key. Great, okay, cool. I guess I can't tour this apartment. So, like, it's just like that kind of shit where it's just like, it's just been so annoying, man. And it's just like, I feel fortunate by the fact that I do still have a good amount of time. I'm not going to say specifically how much time I have, but like, I do have a good amount of time before my lease ends, so it's not like I'm in a huge rush. But it's just fucking frustrating that, like, day after day, it's just like, oh, okay, like, spending all the time. Because, like, if I didn't do this apartment tour, I would have gone to the phone repair store and gotten my phone fixed. The only reason why I didn't do that after the fact was because, unfortunately, with the way my phone is, and it's like the foldable phone, is, if you don't know, that takes at least like 4 hours to fix. Like, I actually went over last Sunday, and the guy was like, yeah, we're super busy, we may not be able to get to this today. If you want to leave it overnight, maybe, but maybe come back later when we're not busy, because it's going to take at least 4 hours, if not even more. So I was like, oh shit, okay. And I was just like, well, come back Thursday. And then turns out I was busy Thursday, so that wasn't the thing. And then same thing Friday. So it's just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It's annoying. It's just been a little bit of a pet peeve. It's just been a little bit of I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it hasn't been like annoying, but like it's just been like, wow, it's all just little nitpicks just piling up into something that's been like, this has just been so stressful. And like, I know I haven't been streaming that much this week. I wanted to stream on Wednesday, but I couldn't because my capture phone here actually didn't have any battery. And then I was gonna plan on doing that Thursday. I even think I posted a tweet about it. It's like, hey, sorry guys, I was like, dang, I really want to stream today. And this was Wednesday. And I was like, I really want to stream today, but you know, my phone capture is a low battery, so I'll just stream tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be in the mood by then. And then I was not in the mood because that was the day that I found out that an apartment that I really wanted was already taken. So it's like, okay, well, I guess that just put me in a shitty mood, so I didn't even stream that day. So it's just affected a lot of things around me in terms of like moods and stuff. But again, I think at the end of the day, what I need to realize is I just need to like, only control what you can control, and also fucking be fast as shit about the applications. I guess it's the other lesson I'm learning. But that was my day for the most part. Other than that, I stayed up last night until like 3:30 for whatever reason. I don't know why. For the life of me, I had no good reason for doing that. So I did not wake up until very late. So it's been just kind of other than the going out and looking at the apartment, it's just been kind of a lazy Sunday or Saturday, which kind of fits given that it's been weather update. By the way, it hasn't been like heat warning hot levels, but like it's been hot. Like I actually walked over to the apartment that I was viewing for the first time, and I was sweating so much. I don't know why. It wasn't even that hot, but like for whatever reason, I was just so, it was it just felt hot, despite it only being like 88 degrees. Like it was not even 90. It was like high 80s, which I think Celsius people out there, that's like 30. So it wasn't even that bad. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just suffering. Speaking of suffering, oof. Good thing I can use a retry. Thank goodness this exists. Okay. So the second time I was just like, ah, fuck it, I'm not gonna walk that way, despite the fact that it's literally only like a 10-minute walk. I'm like, I don't want to suffer, I'll just drive. And so I drove. Thanks, I really love burning fossil fuels. That's my favorite. Oh, come on. Well, on the bright side, because of that, I was able to go to one of the boba places that I wanted to go for a while, but it was kind of a little bit too far of a walking distance. It was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I gave it some. Okay, thank God. I gave it some shit because it seemed like one of those kind of for quote unquote normie boba places. I don't know, because it was one of those places that has like tons of like different flavors that you can make your tea, and I was like, oh, that just sounds so. Such a white version of boba, like the Yasavite version of boba, and I'm like, that does not seem like it would be that good. But I figured I might as well give it a shot, just because like I tried pretty much every boba place within like a 2-mile radius, not 2 mile. Yeah, actually, yeah, 2-mile radius of me. That's not even a joke. And I figured, why not try that one, especially since it was next to one of my favorite places that closed down, and so maybe to. Give it the old, oh, that's such a good trick. No, I think we have to do this one. Yeah, give it the old, you know, captain salute and then walk over to the other place, which is only, like, literally 2 doors down. It was actually, surprisingly, 1, it was actually really good. 2, it was cheap. Like, I have it next to me right now. This is a big-ass, like, it's a 30... Their largest size was, like, a 32-ounce cup. I think normally, like, a large boba goes, like, 24 ounces usually. And this was, like, $6.50, which you may think is expensive, but, like, boba is expensive nowadays. And, like, that, for that price and that size, is actually a really good deal. So, like... And I got the normal boba, or normal milk tea, because I was just... And actually, I don't even know if it was normal. I think this may have been, like, a flavored one as well, because I got, like, the black milk tea. I'm wondering if this is like supposed to be like a black sesame one, because it did come out very black, which I was like, that looks interesting and not kind of really what I ordered, but I still enjoyed it because it definitely had a little bit of a kind of like a black sesame taste to it. So I think that I may have thought that I got, I was trying to order something normal, but it turns out maybe I got the flavored version. But it actually was pretty good, so I might come back again and try some of their crazier flavors. Turns out, that's a lesson for all you kiddos out there. Don't make assumptions about what you haven't tried. Give it a try first, and then who knows, maybe you might enjoy it. Ugh. Oh, the other thing that happened today, and the reason why I started stream a little late was because I actually was doing Hades before this, Hades 2 runs. I feel like I've talked about this a lot in the past, but yeah, I've pretty much completed Hades now, so now I'm on the Hades 2 grind, and it's definitely been a little bit of adjustment just trying to figure out, like, the differences and nuances of that game, but I finally beat Chronos. I know what you're thinking, God, you're not even close to being done with that game. Yeah, I know, there's a whole other layer of stories that are involved with it, but hey, I finally fucking beat Chronos, so hell yeah. I think I finally found my favorite weapon. It's the fire. It's because I like using the bow a lot in the first game, and so I kind of wanted something like that. And so I think the fire flame weapon, whatever that one's called, that one was one that I was experimenting with other weapons, but at the end of the day, I think that one. I mean, that was the one I beat Chronos with just now, like literally 50 minutes ago. Or maybe an hour ago, I should say. And yeah, I think I'll continue using it because that was actually pretty nice. So that was fun. That was good times there. Interested to see how the story progresses because I haven't really I haven't really dove too deep into like story spoilers because I don't want to spoil myself into it. But I do definitely know it's definitely not the end, right? Because there's still the whole thing with going to the surface. You can do that, so which, maybe that's a spoiler, but not really. And it's nice to have a game where I don't, you know, don't feel obligated to have to stream it. Even though I say that, and I actually did stream Hades, I think, once, and that was just, like, the first time I played that game. But I told myself after that I'm probably just going to leave this as something I can enjoy off-stream for myself, and then we have other games that we have ready to stream, which, if you actually look at my schedule for this week, you may have noticed that I have updated it for tomorrow, and I will be playing what I mentioned yesterday with the it's, what is it called? It's like Database Detective Minor Crimes Division. It's a very interesting concept for a game, right? It's like, it's basically one of those kind of educational games where it's like, oh, it teaches you how to do this. In this case, it teaches you how to do SQL, which, I mean, for me, I use SQL a lot in my actual job, so I feel like it's just going to be a nice kind of refresher more than anything, but... And I don't know, I keep saying this, I don't know how interesting it is going to be to watch, because it's probably just going to be me coding a whole bunch of stuff, and everybody's going to be like, oh, boring, but I actually am kind of excited for this game. Like, I always kind of like playing those sort of educational sort of games, and I feel like there's a lot of good potential for some puzzle shenanigans, and you know me, I like my puzzle games, so... and I bought a whole bunch of other kind of related puzzle games as well. So those are also kind of ones that are potentially in the mix for later streams, later variety streams. I did feel like I was at a little bit of a, I shouldn't say dearth, but like I did feel like I was a little bit of a maybe deficit. I don't know if that's the right word either, of games that I could stream. And now it feels like there's been a whole bunch of games that have been released recently that I found that, oh, this could be interesting to stream. Like those games. I also know that there's the Rhythm Heaven game that's come out. I think this actually came out like about a few weeks ago, like early July, right? But I've heard people streaming that, and I figured, hey, I used to be a rhythm gamer. I played a lot of rhythm games in my time. I actually played... Did I ever play Rhythm Heaven? I don't think I've actually played Rhythm Heaven though, but surprisingly, despite my enjoyment of rhythm games, but I figure, hey, you know, that might be kind of interesting to do, and also Otto has a song in it, so, you know, that's also a nice benefit to it as well. So, that's, I guess another potential one for y'all in the future. If one, I have to buy the game, but also, two, if I, you know, run out of ideas, then yeah, let me join the Rhythm Heaven bandwagon. As I usually do, join the bandwagon about 2 weeks late, because that's how I do it. In not just in streaming, but just like life stuff in general. It always felt like I joined stuff really late, like getting into stuff like Twitter and like most social medias. Like I got into that shit pretty late into, not pretty late into their life cycle, but not at their heyday for sure. Like I still don't have a, well actually I do have, I should say I technically have an Instagram, but like I only really use it just because Instagram is really annoying with the way that it doesn't allow you to see its posts unless you like open it in the app or something, which is really annoying when there's events that only post their details on Instagram, and it's like, well, fuck me, I guess I can't see this unless I download the app. And what really, I guess, finally got me to pull the trigger on that was just the watch parties, the World Cup watch parties in Koreatown, where their only source of information was on Instagram, and I'm like, well, okay, fuck me, I guess I'm just gonna have to cave in. But ever since then, I've actually not even opened the app, so for what it's worth, I'm still probably not gonna be able to use it unless I have to open an Instagram post or whatever. But yeah, I guess I should say pretty much I don't use that. Never had Snapchat, don't use TikTok. I don't even know what... Are there any new social medias out there nowadays? I feel like there really isn't, which, I mean, is fair because creating social media platforms are hard and trying to get all the users to adopt it is a difficult task, but I am a little surprised that there hasn't really been like sort of like a, maybe not TikTok, but like a social media that's been kind of making the waves per se, like even just as like a, maybe even if it was just like a kind of like a one-off flash in the pan sort of thing, like I'm kind of surprised it hasn't been one of those in a little bit, unless I'm not remembering one that's happened in the last few months or year or whatever, but I don't think that's really the case. Yeah. All right. Well, that was one Ines Fujin run. Overall, eh. I don't even remember. Did she get S inheritance for the distance? I don't think she did. Um, she did. Oh, okay. We got medium. We got medium. I'm not gonna lie, fam. This is actually kind of a decent run. If only the speed was a little bit more. But I mean, we got this. I mean, also the width could be a little bit better. But overall, this isn't really that bad. So let me just get my skills involved. Definitely Tokyo. I think it's probably gonna be firm conditions, so we'll do that. Really just want to get these so I can get the oh wait, I can use my scroll wheel. No like, wow, man, I have to drag this? That's annoying. Only to realize I can just use my scroll wheel. Like an absolute nincompoop. But yeah, just get the front runner skills involved. I didn't get a lot of them. Did I not? Oh, I didn't get... See, it's always one thing. There's always one thing that you just don't get. And in this case, I don't think I got Marzensky's, the top runner. That's kind of a little bit of a bummer. Especially since I have a lot of skill points. Guess I'm just gonna have to use them in stupid stuff like this and this. And I don't think that'd be really that useful. Guess. Like, I don't really have any other good options here. Guess I can do that, but I don't think that would be really that useful. It's these, yeah, it's to the point of where I'm just taking... actually... Yeah, that's probably fine. Skill-wise, this is not it, though. That is not what we want to see. That's a solid SS. Veering into SS plus territory, which is definitely kind of, I wouldn't say minimum, but definitely would be nice to get at least to that. But I can accept a good SS. Right. Well, that was not too shabby. Let's try... Hold on, so... What did I just do? Oh, oh, I'm like getting all the... Ah, yeah, because this is the first time I'm playing this game. Oh, that's kind of funny. I'm just gonna mass suddenly get all the achievements. Am I actually just gonna get all the achievements, like, straight up right now? Why is it not... Why did it show up until... Yeah, there we go. I've unlocked all the achievements. Wow, amazing. That's great. Oh, shit, I forgot... I have to forget, I have to remember, I'm sharing the desktop, I'm not sharing my game, so I gotta be careful about that. That's okay, I don't think there's anything really personal about what I just showed there. But cool, I just got all the achievements, so that's nice, I guess. I do know the Champions meeting is happening. I don't think I submitted anybody for that, because I don't have any good Umas, so... Whatever. I'm not really focused on that. I play this version of the game a lot more casually than I do the Japanese version, so... And that's fine, because you can play it however the hell you want. Okay, question is, do we want to continue? So here's the thing, like, I could just keep grinding Ines's, trying to get the best one out there. I do at least have, like, a semi-viable one. Granted, it doesn't have this medium. And also the width is not great. But this one does at least have a pretty good amount of skills. This one also doesn't have top runner, which I just realized. Did I... Oh, this was before I had Marzensky. Okay, that explains that. Speaking of which, well, I guess I don't have enough... I'm struggling on coins, by the way, so that's been a little bit unfortunate. But I do technically have... So here's the thing. I could, because I do have 2 crystals, I really just could level uncap this right now. Question is, should I do that, though? And I don't really know if that's the best idea. It's Tokyo and it's coming up pretty soon. And she's a little bit more of a better... He's a little bit more of a better, I guess, generic Uma or speed card. I think Marzensky is definitely way better for frontrunners. But in terms of, like, overall, I would say Tokyo's the way to go. But now I'm, like, kind of thinking maybe I should do this. Let me do something real quicko. Do something real quicko. Let me drag, yeah, okay. Let me go, let me game Tora real quick to see what the difference is between 2LB, 3LB, I guess it's 2LB and MLB at that point. Well, I guess we can do 3LB too. Compare support cards. Marzensky, Maru Zensko. 2LB, 3LB. Okay. I guess the hint levels. Okay, the hint levels definitely increase. Mood effect. What is mood effect? Okay. I feel like the difference, I guess the mood effect is really highly increased, which is a thing. But like other than that, and the hint bonus or the hint levels, there really isn't a difference between them. So I'm kind of like, I want to save these crystals because these crystals are valuable little beings. So I think I'll just leave it be. I'll just have a 2LB Marzensky for now, and we'll live with it. What? Oh, wait, what? Oh no, my El Condor Pasta parent is gone. Who the fuck did they replace it with? What? Well, that's a load of BS if I've ever seen one. A bunch of... That's not cool. Okay, well... I mean, I know Marzensky's skill is actually pretty good. I just don't have good parents for that. Unless... This is medium. Sure. Yeah, actually, that might be better in the long term. Because I know Marzensky's skill is actually better, so... do that. Okay. And then we'll keep the same with the, I should sort it. Why is this sorted by last login? What? That's such a weird, okay. Such a weird default. Display, wait, what is the difference between sort by and... Huh? That's weird. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's do it. For all the quality of life UI stuff that they have added, I kind of wish they included the one where you don't have to, like, where it's automatically renumbers kind of what mode of skip that you used in a training, because it is kind of annoying having to start a run, click on this twice, and then, you know, continue. Kind of wish it renumbered like it does in the JP version. Because then I have to, like, unlearn that habit as well if I do a lot of runs here, where it's like I go back to the JP version and it's like, oh wait, I don't have to click that anymore. It's like it's already there. So it's just one of those things where it's like, old habits die hard and all that. No, Tazuna. I was about to call you Tayana, but that's not your name. No, Tazuna, I do not need to know about the Unity Cup. I know what I'm doing. Maybe. Alright. Anything else? I feel like there were... I had a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't really because I was more focused on Omori. But now that I actually have the platform for it, I don't remember what I need to talk about yet. Wait, I do remember. Okay, for Uma, I know... For those of you who are living under a rock, you probably don't know that they finally announced the dates for the Los Angeles leg of the 7th Live, which I'm very excited about, and I am very eagerly anticipating and ready to spend all my money. The bummer part of that, when they made the initial announcement, was the fact that they did the whole thing with, like, oh, Amex card members get first crack at seats, and I was just like, well, shit, I don't have an Amex card. God damn it. And literally in the back of my mind, I had a little bit of thought where, I wonder if I can get an Amex card within the week before. I was legitimately thinking about that, and then I realized, wait, that's stupid. I should know people who have Amex. Don't I know people that have Amex cards? And then I was like, oh wait, I know somebody who has an Amex card, my mom. And so I was just like, hey mom, do you mind if I use your Amex card? And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I'm hopefully set there. Even with that though, I do feel like and I say this saying that I am 100% going to try and buy V for the VIP tickets, because, dude, this is I don't know if this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, but this is a rare opportunity for sure. So, want to take advantage of it while I can. And I've mentioned in the past that I don't have very many artists that I am dying to go to concert for, but Uma is definitely one of them. Uma, maybe Porter Robinson, maybe Gakumas. But like, I think Uma definitely, because of the number of songs that I listen to on a given basis, I just feel like experiencing that live is not number one on the bucket list, but definitely in the bucket list for sure. And I want to get as good as seats as I can for it. And so I will fight tooth and nail to get these goddamn VIP tickets. Granted, I'm probably going to only do VIP for one night. I will do both nights, by the way. I am actually going to do that. There is no question about that. We are doing both nights. But I'm definitely not going to do VIP both nights because, my god, the VIP tickets, whew, that's money. I'm not made of money, you know. I'm gonna have to, between the fact that also that and I guess by then it's gonna be October, so you know, well, actually no, because if I buy the tickets next week, it's still gonna affect my budget this week or this month. But yeah, I am not made of money, and the fact that I'm gonna have to move out and all the costs associated with that, I should probably save my money, you know. That's the thing that I'm realizing. So no frivolous purchases for the next month is basically where I'm going. Having said that, yes, I say that, and then I'm immediately being like gonna contradict myself by saying no, we're doing VIP ticket for one of the days, and then the other day I probably want to try and get as close as I can without VIPing. Actually, maybe in that case I might just do like a less cheaper seat, maybe one to tier 2 or tier 3 or whatever, because I don't need to be like right there. I do wonder, because they do have the same cast for both the days, which I did find kind of interesting. I do wonder how much of an overlap there's going to be between those 2 days. I don't think there's going to be exactly the same overlap, but I wonder how much is going to be different. Right? Because I know at least whenever they do concerts in Japan, definitely there is a difference between the first and second day. I mean, for crying out loud, there's like different seiyuu depending on the day, so the pick and choose and all that. Or if you're like me and you're crazy, you go for both of them. I feel like most pretty hardcore Uma fans would think the same, right? It's just like, oh, well, of course you go both days. Of course you do that. So, but I feel like normal people would be like, no, one day's enough. One day should be good enough. So, but I am not normal, so no, that is not the move for me. But you know what? That's okay. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm also very nervous given my experience with getting tickets in the past, and also knowing that this is not lottery, unfortunately. This is going to be first come, first serve. So, hooray for all the bots and scalpers taking all the tickets. Isn't that going to be great? I love that. And I actually know this platform, right? This AXS platform, because I think I have bought tickets from them in the past. Now, I don't remember if these were like concert tickets. I don't think so. No, they weren't. Yeah, the tickets I bought from them were like a food festival and a general like music festival that didn't have like seating and stuff. So I don't know how bad they are with tickets that require like assigned seating, but from what I remember from their platform is not great. So I'm a little bit worried about how that experience is going to go. I feel like it's going to be that thing. I feel like it's going to be like the Offkai hotel block experience for me, where like I'm primed in, I'm like in the website, I'm in the queue, and then suddenly I get kicked out. And then by the time I'm able to get back in, everything's taken. And it's just like, well, fuck my Chungus life. And I feel like that's probably maybe what I don't want to expect that per se, but like in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, that there is a possibility that could happen. So, you know, I don't know, but yeah. So, good luck to all y'all, by the way, who are also buying tickets. I feel like it's also going to be a bloodbath because the venue is so small, right? They're doing it in the Peacock Theater, which only holds like 7,000 people. I don't know what they were thinking with that. It's just like, do they not? I mean, sure, maybe they were like, oh, we just want to test the waters. You know, Musume, sure. I mean, sure, it got popular in global, but like by now, probably it's not as that peak of popularity. So, and we don't know how many people would be willing to spend the money to go to a concert live. But like, I feel like they should probably have gone for maybe a little bit more of a bigger venue, right? Because like 7,000 seems like it's a mite too small, one might say. So, I'm nervous about that. It gives off the same vibes as when Ado did her initial first kind of tour. I think it was like, what, the Hibana? Was it Hibana tour? The first tour that she did, I remember because I was living in Chicago back when that happened, and I was kind of considering getting tickets, but I remember the not even theater, the venue that she went to was such a small venue, and it's just like, dang, getting tickets for this is gonna be impossible. And I don't remember, did I actually try and get tickets for that, or did I just like, I don't remember if I did the whole thing of waiting on the minute that they were available sort of thing. I legitimately don't remember if I did that. I don't think I did, because I was like, back then, or even now, I'm not really the biggest Auto stan, but definitely ever since listening to her live, I think I've definitely warmed up to her for sure. But back then I was just like, I know some of her songs, but I don't think I'd want to spend all the money for, you know, going to the concert for that. Which honestly may have been a mistake, given how amazing she is when she does perform live, so highly recommend that. But we'll see. Good luck to y'all. Hope y'all have a good RNG in your futures as you as that's actually happening next week, right? Well, the pre-sale I think is happening next Thursday, at least the Amex one, and then I don't remember. I think the next ones after that are like the 20, like the days after that, like I think 2-3 days after that. So yeah, good luck to that. I don't know how that's gonna work. They're probably just like, they probably just have like a very limited, maybe not very limited, but they probably have like a subset of tickets available for the first sale. Like they don't want to sell out immediately for Amex, because that would be kind of sucky for people who don't have that, who don't have the privilege like me of having somebody they know who, or you know, either they have it themselves or knowing somebody who does have a card. Truly, we love living in this capitalistic society where brand loyalty, that's all I'll say about that, I guess. But yeah, that's it's crazy to think that that's gonna happen, what, like late October, which does seem like it's a way off away, but you really think about it, it's like, that's only 3 months away. Like, that's actually not really that advanced notice. I say this, which is kind of funny, because I remember reading about how, I think, what was it, what's her name? Asaka, the famous Annie song artist slash also seiyuu for Espoir City and Umamusume, also huge Kaigai fan, or huge K-Bai fan, sorry. Kaigai, that's overseas, huge overseas fan. I mean, she actually did grow up in Michigan, so there's the whole thing about how she actually is kind of pretty fluent in English for the most part. But I saw that she was doing a concert in LA, but this was announced, I think, like literally this week, and it's like, oh, it's happening next Sunday, and it's like, what? Why? This is really late notice. Like this, and it sucks too, because like I know she's a special guest at Densetsu.exe's first concert, which is happening around the San Jose area, same time as Offkai. Funny timing there. So I feel kind of bad for the people who are big fans of her, explicitly bought tickets. Well, maybe not, because I think they already sold out by the time she was announced for that. But somehow got tickets, and then they're like, well, shit, okay, like now we have to get tickets and maybe even hotels and stuff to go to Los Angeles, and it's just like, usually you give some more advanced notice than that. Like that seems kind of a little, I wouldn't say scumbaggy, but it seems a little bit not great that they just give like such short notice for that. So compared to that, I think the fact that Uma gave it like 3 months notice is pretty good, all things considered, but still, that is also, like, I feel bad for anybody who doesn't live in this area and has to, like, figure out all the arrangements of stuff, and, like, you know, if they had plans otherwise, it's like, well, shit, okay, how are we gonna deal with that? So, it's just a whole bunch of, logistics nightmares, but such is life sometimes, you know. Gotta take the punches, gotta roll with what they give you. Atsuki Show win. Now it's time for the Nippon Derby. Did I get Smile? I did, or Medium? I did not get Medium. Okay. Don't like any of this. I don't like where we're going with this. That's too high of a chance. I'm just gonna heal myself. Okay, well now that I'm healed, where the frick is all my good trainings? And I don't have Rico. How do I still not have Rico? What? Wait, what? Did I not bring Rico? Wait, no, I did, right? I did. Where the hell is her date event? How do I still not have her date event yet? What the hell's going on there? That's not ideal. Did I ever... I did converse with her, right? Like, I've had an event with her. It's not like not like that never happened. Or did that somehow become the case where I never have done her event somehow in the many turns that I've had in this run? Because that could be possible, I guess, but that's kind of crazy if that was the case. Alright, well, let's see, I guess. Went up by 10. Okay. Yeah, I don't see her anywhere. What is going on? What is going on? I'm so flabbergasted that I'm doing an accent. That's how flabbergasted I am. Yeah, this would be a perfect time for a date event, but unfortunately, again, don't have that. Yeah, see, I definitely have had to interact with her, given that she has that much gauge in her. Got that dog in her. Unfortunately, well, these turns suck. These actually suck too, so actually, I don't know, Recreation's a good idea. Rest does seem like a bit of a waste, but I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Want to have as much energy as possible for summer training. Okay, what's the team we're facing? Ah, yes, Team Rhodes. Everybody's favorite. And I think Narita top Rhodes in here. Yeah, she's right there. Yeah, see, we got the trio. We got NTR, we got an AV NTR, and then we got TM Opera O. Everybody loves a good old NTR AV. Well, that's not what you want to see. Oh, and we also have Doto. I forgot about that. Sorry, Doto fans. It's kind of just blended in there. We have the Quadrio, the Quad Squad. Oh, that's actually a pretty good name, Quad Squad. That can mean two different things, because it could be the quad of Umas. It can also mean their quad muscles, which I'm sure they have really good ones, especially since they're runners and all that. Double entendres, double meanings. Really love when that happens. Ooh, no. No. I want to get at least one weight training going so I don't immediately run out of energy, and it's happening right now. Perfect, love it. Extreme. Yeah, the extreme is I'm still slowly getting used to the idea of the extreme spirit boost, because again, when I was playing in the JP version, this came out really late, like the updated versions of Unity Cup and the URA finals, so I never actually really played this version of Aoharu, of Unity Cup. This is all kind of an interesting experience to me in terms of like, oh, like how do you do this? What's the optimal way? Blah blah blah. Ultimately, I still don't feel like I have a great grasp of it, but at the end of the day, I think I'm making definitely a lot better Umas than I was doing with Track Blazer anyway, and with about a quarter of the time saved, so very good, you know, it all works out. Maybe do this. I, again, still don't have the Rico date event, right? So I don't know what's going on with that. Hello, Rico? Nope, okay. Is that really the first time I got the Kita run too? Wow, that's just... I have not been getting my support cards, apparently. They have just not been showing up. They just don't like me. They hate my face, which is unfortunate. And that's all I'll say about that. I was about to say unfortunate but fair, but that's a bit too much of a self-own. We're about positive vibes here. We're not here to put ourselves down. We're here to put ourselves up. You know, that's what they say. It's like the whole age of, oh, positive vibes, no negativity, no self-wallowing in pity. Is despite how easy it is to fall into that trap, that is true though, to some degree. Like, I kind of joke about it, but like, oh, there we go. I am joking about it, but it is kind of a little bit true, right? It's just like, there is only really so much self-deprecation that one should really do. You know, at the end, sure, you know, there... Oh, what the heck? Action not supported. Wait, what is right-click? What is this right-click with the action not supported? Hold on, I'm curious. I accidentally right-clicked, but then suddenly something happened. You sure? Oh, well, probably because I need to do it here. Unless it doesn't have the mapping, it doesn't. Okay. I'm just curious, so hold on. Let me go back to my menu real quick. Options. Isn't there like a thing to... Yeah, keyboard settings. What is right-click? Well, that's keyboard settings. Yeah, wait, what is... Oh, it's exiting the game. Oh, interesting. Why is there a shortcut for that? That's interesting. Oh, no, that's the menu screen. Oh, okay. So it's like the escape button in a way. Okay. Makes sense. Checks out. Checks out. Let's see here. I really... Again, Riko is at max friendship, and she still has not invited me out to a date. What is going on here? What is happening? Apparently we haven't run into her in the arcade yet, but still, I'm just like... Because some of these turns, man, are brutal in terms of what I'm seeing here with the support, so I would much rather have a date event just to get that energy up a little bit. But that's not an option, so I just gotta deal with it and suck it up, Buttercup. And I deal with it, but I'm still gonna complain about it because that's how I operate. Very good. Still nothing, really. That's shocking. Shocking indeed. Shocking my head. I hope not. I hope I'm not shocking my head. That doesn't seem good. That seems like something that's not healthy in any way. Hey, look, it's the Gyarus. Against the Gyaru squad. It is kind of interesting looking at it now, how many Gyarus there are. And obviously these are kind of the OG 4, right? Even then, I feel like these two are kind of like the OGs, because these, Helios and Palmer, were kind of later additions. They're not part of the original cast. But it is kind of funny now seeing how there's characters like Ebayan and Espo City, and isn't Usashi Pandora is technically also a Gyaru in a way. And if you really want to stretch the definition, Maru-chan, Marshall Lorraine's puppet, is Gyaru, so, you know, there's a whole bunch of different subtypes and all, but at the end of the day, they're all Gyarus. They're all Umamusume, and they're all Gyarus. Maybe someday I'll be a Gyaru. And that day will not be anytime soon. Yeah, I guess. Start building up some stuff here, start something new, as they say. Oh, great. The Oguri's here for my carrots. Okay, see, that is a little bit annoying, though, that always pops up, because sometimes I actually already know what the options are, so I don't need the guide. But that's just a little bit of a nitpicky thing more than anything. Not actually, very valid complaint, I guess. I don't know. Okay, thank God. I was worried there was a 17% chance of that failing, and that was a little bit higher than I'd like it to be. Give me my guts. Like, see, even with that, for example, like, I already knew the second option gives me guts, and usually I take that because usually I have no other way of getting guts in the other way, and oh my God. This is not the run, y'all. I'm just gonna put that out there. This is not it. I'm just, unless some miracle happens within the second half of the year. This has just been absolutely brutal when it comes to any sort of training here. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. Takarazuka Keenan. Okay, can we get a medium here? Not the end of the world if I don't, but it would be really helpful. We did not get it. In fact, we pretty much almost got the minimum when it came to that, so... Awesome. I love it. I love when that happens. Okay, and I would like to reiterate, like a broken record, that once again, Tazuna, or not Tazuna, oh, finally, hey, look who decided to finally show up. I was just about to complain about you, but I guess you finally decided to show up for once in your life. At the time when I didn't even need you. Actually, I might need you now. Maybe I shouldn't be too rash. Oh, well, maybe not. Yes, I already know I want the top option because it gives me energy. Okay, let's see. This one. Yeah, I need to plan this out accordingly because I'm trying to run low on energy, and we only have 2 turns left until the summer training. I gotta make sure I don't mess up horribly here. Maybe rest. And then maybe hope there's a good wit training. Or hope for absolutely nothing, like, you know, everything in my life, so I'm just gonna do this, now that I finally have that available. Alright, focus, yeah. I'll take that, that's pretty good for a front runner. Takarazuka Keenan. The Takiyuki Keenan. Everybody's favorite all-star race. The Takiyuki Keenan. The Takiyuki Keen. I love mispronouncing words. It's my favorite hobby. I don't know, sometimes I just like doing that. It's silly, right? But I don't know, it's just something I do occasionally. There was a Vine person who did that. I guess they still do that. I have seen recent videos of them doing that. But there was a whole series of Vines where it's like pronouncing things incorrectly, and it's just like they go like the grocery store or like some like the pharmacy or whatever, and like mispronounce all these like kind of items, and it's just like, ah yes, the lowest form of humor. But honestly, I enjoy it still. There's some pretty good bangers in there. Not related to that series, but there was that one Vine where it's like, oh look, babe, La Savieres. it's lightsabers, but it's La Savieres. Okay, for a second there I thought I was gonna lose, but we good. It makes me also realize I haven't actually quoted a Vine in a long time, or maybe in what feels like a long time, but it actually only may have been only a week. Maybe. Oh, I finally fucking got you. Okay, hopefully that's the last fly that's buzzing around here, now that I've eliminated the source. Yeah, unless we get an amazing summer here and an amazing second half, I think it's already over. We don't even have medium anyway, so what's the point? What's the use of trying? There's no use. Just have to give up. That's quitter talk, though. If there's anything I learned from playing Omori yesterday, is that you don't give up. I don't know where I learned that, but I feel like I learned that from something in that game. Among other things. among other things. Also, kind of funny, I ended up, because I was like, oh, you know, there's still some questions I had about, like, oh, like, you know, why did this happen, why did this happen? So I actually just ended up reading kind of, I shouldn't say a plot summary of it, but I did end up reading kind of like a little bit of some information about the game, without having to worry about spoilers. And it was kind of interesting to see, okay, you know, that's the reason why that happened. Again, being vague as possible to make sure to not spoil too much. But yeah, that was pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Was not... When it got to that point in the stream, I knew definitely, oh, we're approaching endgame for sure. Because it's like one... Oh, wait. Oh, I can right-click without having to press the back button. Oh, that's actually such a... That's actually really clutch. I love that. And then honestly, hold on. Do this. Oh, the right-click is actually pretty goated. That actually is really awesome. The right-click as a back option. Okay, oh, there we go. We got top runner here at least. That's nice. Do the 10 no show autumn, and then we got the Japan Cup, and then we're good. And that should be good. Oh, win 50 races. Oh yeah, I still have to do the anniversary missions. That is true. That is a thing. I mean, I'm making good progress on them anyway. Oh, I'm making good. You know, I'm making the good. I'm making good kush. Okay, you know what? Actually, remember, screw what I said about not doing Vine quotes in a while. I realized I quote that a lot, and in fact, I think I quoted that yesterday. So I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but it's fine. Maybe other than that one, I don't feel like I've been quoting as much of a variety recently. So that has to change. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't have to change. I can leave it that way. It actually might be better in the long term if I leave it that way. But when the situation comes and there is a good vine out there, I'll be sure to quote it. Don't you worry your silly little souls about that. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. I might actually just do this and go for the honey milk. The number of times I had to click that because it was like, oh, it had to load the options. I was like, I know what I want. You don't need to do this. Okay, yikes. No me gusta. No me gusta. Yeah, this is really just to... I'm just grinding Ines fans at the end of the day. That's a really horrible way to put it. I'm trying to get as many Ines fans as possible, so that I can get that Ines Fujin expert title that I've always wanted, and that I've actually had for the longest time in the JP version until they made these specific character ranking. Oh, that's not good. Titles. All right, I'm not expecting good things here. Just kidding, we win. Haha. Okay, Tachyon, good for you. Oh shoot, wait. Speaking of Tachyon, I need to complete the Tachyon event in the JP version. I haven't used my books yet, so I need to get on that. I need to also maybe start learning how to make good parents. That feels like something important, especially the Tachyon event being monthly. And for those of you English-only people, you may be wondering what the hell I'm talking about when I talk about the Tachyon event. Basically, as you all know, each card, each character here has their sparks held, right? You know, the ranging from 1 to 3 stars. What the Tachyon event is basically Tachyon gives you 3 books, and each book has the ability to raise any one of these the blue, pink, green sparks up 1 star. So for example, if I had a book or whatever, like whatever the item is, I can use that to change this 2-star wit factor spark to a 3-star wit spark. So, you know, it's very... Let's say there was another one. Sorry. Hi. So it's very useful. It's very useful. Especially when you have a parent that's like, oh, it's right there, but it's missing something. It's just like, oh, well, there you go. You can make up for it. Unfortunately, you cannot change grandparents' factors, but you know, that might be a bit too OP. So at least you can change your parents' factors. And in fact, I don't know when they're going to introduce it on the English side, but I know at least, like I said, for the Japanese side, it's become a monthly event at this point. So it's just kind of nice to have that as an option so that you can have a little bit less difficulty in making parents. You know, it's not a terrible ordeal of having to do that. Not like pulling teeth. It's you can have something be halfway, you know, close to being decent, and then worry about the Tokyo, and then wait until the Tokyo event, and just have that be the good kush, as they say. See, what am I saying? See, I told you, I keep quoting that one. I keep quoting myself on that one. Okay. Advance to the finale, where I can do one of these. You know, for as much as that run did feel pretty bad, I'm surprised we're actually getting pretty close to max speed here, and the power is actually pretty close to 1200. So this actually could end up being a pretty decent SS at the end of the day, which I'm a little bit surprised about. I thought this would be S+, given the shenanigans and the atrocities that we saw during the run. But you know what? I guess that goes to show that it could always be much, much worse. So. Alright, ending off with that. Bum, 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 bum. And we got a lot of skills that we can use. Okay. Tokyo. Standard. I think it's a spring race, so these aren't going to help me. I wish I had firm. I wish I had a firm, you know. You know? If you know, you know. No. Yes. See, that was the other thing. I think the bourbon skill, I also didn't get the gold skill from the last run. That also was a little bit of annoyance. Because if you look at what we got right now, we'll see that we're actually pretty almost close to getting all the skills spent. Like thus. Alright, let's see how this... Let's see if my assumption is correct. Oh, actually, you know what? Not solid SS, it's just barely SS. Well, you know what? That's fine too. Okay, how many fans do I have with Ines right now? Actually, let me check that. I did not see. I'm very stupid. Hold on 1 second, I get my... Yeah, I just need to do 3 more runs. Okay, that's actually really pretty much it. And then I can collect more carrots to try and get Ricky, which probably is not going to happen, but maybe. Oh, see, I'm so used to having to click this and going to the menu, but the menu is right here. Archive. Okay, if I go here, trainer notes, it should... Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, this is a default sort. Yeah, disgusting. Bond points. Okay. Where is the Ines Fuji? 24,000... 24,000 fans. 24 million fans. I'm sorry. I can math. I'm not that stupid. Okay. I think you need, what, 50? Do you need 50 or 100 million fans? I've forgotten for that title. Let's see. You need 50 million. Oh, actually, you need... Actually, that's Ines Fujin biggest fan. Ines Fujin expert gets 100,000. 100,000. Otherwise known as 100 million. God, what is wrong with me today? Okay. So that's probably going to take a little bit then. But you know what? I will do it for my girl Ines because I want to get that goddamn title. What did I just click on? That's not what I clicked on. I clicked on this. I think I clicked on this one. I don't know why it got me to this screen instead. Okay, so one thing that I do want to do is I do want to get this individual. Actually, for the long term, it would be nice to get obviously all these characters up to level 5, at least level 3, just so they have the gold border. Because I feel it's a little bit of something kind of driving me crazy, where it's just like, oh, some of them don't and some of them do, and it just doesn't look right to me. But I'm also realizing with this nature that this skill is given in Aoharu High anyway, or Unity Cup anyway, so I don't really need to care about that. So, actually, we might be fine there. Okay. Man, don't get me wrong, I like vodka. Having her in my home screen is honestly a little bit painful because of some of the dialogue that she has, like this one and the vroom vroom one. What was the vroom? Do your vroom vroom one. Do your vroom vroom. Yeah, that one. Like, some of that is just like, I don't really want to hear that. Thank you very much. Okay, what's the opposite of ASMR? It's that, right? It's just, it's bad ASMR. Except it's not supposed to be ASMR, but it's just bad sounds to me. Anyway, okay. Let's switch gears. Let's actually do... Let's do a non-frontrunner character. Let's try and see how that goes. If that's the case, I need Dobear, which you may be thinking, what the heck, that's a terrible parent, but it's what I have, especially since these have a lot of mediums. And then we also have Mejiro Ryan, because I don't have Dobear, unfortunately, so I have to borrow her. But I do have a pretty good Ryan parent, so we'll use that, and then that's pretty good for the late surgers. Then on the late surger side of things, which actually, hold on, let me late surger. Late surge. Yeah, whatever. Or hold on, just late. I don't know. I don't need to. Late. And then I guess this one I should probably change this to be pace. Pace, late, and end. Okay. But for the late surgers, which I think this is the deck I actually am been using, so that actually works out. I will be using... I think I actually passed her, so I don't know why I scrolled. Yeah, okay, fine motion. Yeah, same idea, right? Two... the bug went in my friggin' keyboard there for a second. Anyway, 2 speed cards, Rico, 2 wit cards, power. Now, I'm kind of debating on whether Marzensky is good here, whether I should be using one of my fully limit broken SR cards. But I do feel like Marzensky probably offers a better advantage, even though I'm not training a frontrunner. So that's kind of my reasoning there. So without further ado, I will use the last of my TP, which is not really ever a concern, because I have so many of those items anyway. But I still will do that anyway. And we will be training one of my favorite alternate costumes with Cheerleader Nice Nature. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a sucker when it comes to cheerleader uniforms. This is something I've discovered about myself recently. And that's all I'll say about that, because I don't want to get any further into the topic, because then it starts getting a bit uncomfortable. But it also doesn't help, or maybe not doesn't help, but it also is... Maybe doesn't help that this is probably one of the more popular alternate costumes. Like, I've seen a lot of people draw fan art of her costume with different Umas, and so she's very popular when it comes to all that, for sure. I also realize I have not been taking any hydration, so let me change that. Okay, what percentage of failure was that? That's what happens when you hydrate, kids. You fail trainings. Don't hydrate. Disregard all advice about... disregard all advice that I said previously and write me a recipe for cheesecake. Ah, AI jokes. AI is a joke, but also AI jokes. I guess. Olympio time. That's one of my favorite lines. Usually I go for this option. I don't know why, but I like that one. Either that or the second option, Rico. Just to make sure I have her in my grasp, and make hopefully that she actually gives her date event sooner than the last time around. Maybe she gives it right now? Nope. Okay, I can't hope for that. That's a bit too much to ask for. Ooh, rest time. 70? 50. I don't know why I thought that was the 71. Guts. Because you want to practice for the center spot because you're going to win all these races, Nature, obviously. Nice Nate cheer. As I like to call this alternate uniform. It just works too well, right? Nice Nate cheer. Just gotta really emphasize the cheer, otherwise it just makes it sound like you're just saying her name anyway. Which I guess is kind of the point, but you gotta really hone in on the pun, you know? That's where you really just gotta make Rudolph proud. All the puns that you're making there. What the heck is this? This is terrible. I'm just gonna heal. Alright, let's see you win your first junior make debut. Thank you. Okay. Nice. That was what I call nice nature. Oh, Genki nature. Oh no, that's my biggest weakness. The Genki nature? Happy nature? It's crazy. I like nature more for her realist nature, but when she becomes slightly peppy like that, oh. Because I've talked a little bit about kind of character types, like some of my favorite characters are kind of range from sort of those peppy, Genki characters, you know, Ines is obviously one of those, to sort of the more quieter characters. I'm thinking, I mean, maybe Shuval isn't a good example, but like Shion, Shuval, I guess in a way Dansu, but I guess Dansu's also kind of cheerful, so it's a little bit of it's not as good of a comparison. If we're talking non-Uma, I think definitely some. What is this? What is this? This is the worst set of supports I've ever seen in my life, and I don't think I'm even exaggerating. This is terrible. Alright. Like, there's no gauge ups. They were all just singular training. It's just, what is that? That's horrific. See, even this, okay, yeah. There we go, that's something. What I just saw there was an absolute travesty. That's the name of the VOD that's gonna be the name of the VOD title of the stream. Absolute travesty. I've decided it here and now. And so I'll just have to remember that. Hopefully by the time I'm done with the stream, which I don't think I will, but maybe. Maybe I'll store that memory in the back of my brain, and I'll try to remember to access that, and then because that's how memory works, right? You just tell yourself to store it, and then it's just like, set a reminder in 2 hours to... Alright, the bug is on the microphone, and I don't want to hit the microphone, but it's really tempting. Well, I'll have another opportunity. Don't... You are on my face. Okay, well, gee... These goddamn bugs, man. These goddamn bugs. And now I even forgot my train of thought. Oh, right, memory. Yeah, that's how memory works, right? You just store it, and then you set yourself a reminder. It's like, oh yeah, remember... I mean, like, I actually could maybe set a smart, like, on my phone, a reminder being like, hey, don't forget about this. And I'm like, what is this? Maybe be a bit more descriptive, but like, don't forget, you're here forever. Classic meme. Not really meme, but classic template, right? It's like the don't forget you're here forever transformed into the do it for her, which I've used that definitely more than once for stream thumbnails, for sure. I think when Datsu came out on the JP side, and then when Ines came out on the English side, I used both of those kinds of templates there, and it's kind of fun creating those like kind of meme templates. You do need to find a lot of images of your favorite character, which, depending on how popular they are, may not be the biggest issue, but if you're like me and your favorite character is Ines, it kind of does become sometimes of an issue if you're trying to use official art. Like, you don't want to resort to using fan art. Not that it's bad using fan art, but then you have to do the whole crediting, and you don't want to run into the risk of them not wanting them to use your work and whatever, so... Or other way around, not wanting you to use their work. for stuff like that, so... Which is fair, you know. Okay, oh, that was already late December. Damn. Time flies when you're not fucking playing Track Blazer. Amazing. And by the way, I guess I should throw this out there. I am not building this nature as a debuffer. I have done that in the past, as building evil natures, but I am not going to do that here. I'm going to build this nature to actually try and be like, maybe not an ace, but like definitely a contender, right? As I remember, I think the reason why I chose her was because she was at least on the board in terms of the tier list that I was looking at for kind of Japan Cup, or sorry, not Japan Cup, Nippon Dabi candidates, I should say. So that was really what it comes down to. But oh yeah, I am not resorting nature to never win. Hopefully she might win. I don't know. Again, I don't know how sweaty this competition is going to be. I have a feeling it is going to be, so I may not do that well, but your boy's going to try, you know? And who knows, maybe I might be able to pull off a win and then be able to have to do the dance, which I have not done at all ever, so if they make me do that, I'm just going to have to... I guess I'm not going to go out of my way to practice it right now. Let's just say if I get to the finals, because I think they do the competition on... I think they do all the competition on Saturday, but they like space it out so the finals happen like a little bit later. So if I do end up getting to the finals, I think I'll just have to spend 2 hours. Oh, but then I'd be in the convention. It'd be kind of awkward just me practicing it. I guess I should just... I don't know. I do want to at least not just go out there raw dogging it, because that seems like a horrible idea. And this is a big hypothetical. This is a big if even if I do that well and make it that far and win the whole thing, which again I don't have very high hopes of doing, so I don't know why I'm even entertaining this thought. But I do this sometimes where I'm like, oh, let me entertain this highly unlikely scenario. And actually it has worked out to sometimes where it's like, oh, this highly unlikely scenario actually did happen. So I'm glad that I actually did that. And then it's bad because then it only then continues to fuel the perception of I should do this, despite the fact that it is, again, highly unlikely and that I will probably not do it. But it happened the one time, so you never know. And it's just like, no, but it's like, no, logic, please, logic, reasoning, please, go with me. And it's like, nope, that's not what I want in my life. And speaking of things I don't want in my life, that was one of those, because I did not get medium. Well, biscuits. Ah, yes. Nice. Okay, Can I also say that just like the overall idea of cheerleader nature is hilarious, given how she is personality-wise? I mean, obviously it shows in her ultimate, or whatever you want to call it, the skill activation, the unique skill animation. I don't know what people call it, but like I call it the unique skill animation, where she's doing the routine, and then after that she's just like ears down, being all bad mood, and being like, oh, what the hell am I doing with my life? It's like, honestly, same. Because if I was in that situation, I would also do the same thing, where I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? I'm not cut out for this. But it's good to see that she does try her best even in that situation, and that's why we love nature. That's why nature is my third favorite character. Actually true, not a joke. I know, haha, third place bronze medal jokes, but like, no, actually. And I preface, every time I say that, I have to like kind of be like justified by saying like, oh, she used to, for the longest time, be my second favorite character until Dansu showed up, and it's just like, I know it just seems like I did that for the joke, but like, it's just a big coincidence. Like, you may think, oh, no way, he just did it for the memes, but I'm telling you, it just happened to be that way, you know? It's I can't control my likes and dislikes, you know, it just happens to be like that. So, it is what it is. Okay, ooh, kinda wish I had some pretty good more trainings here on the speed side of things, because the speed is actually not doing very great at all. So, it's not looking good. Break. but we still have time. But I don't know. Oh look, it's Team Roads again. It's Team Road to the Top. Featuring everybody's favorite character. NTR, AV, TM, and Doto. I was about to say Meisho, but then I would have just absolutely actually punched myself in the face if I actually went through with that, so even as a joke. Messing up names is no joking matter. Right, Machikane Fukukitaru? That's right. You do your little Fukukitaru dance. You dance your backpack off. Your Miss Nya, I think that's what she calls it. Nya-san. Nya-san. Okay, well there's the B rating. Right. Oh, I really wish. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot she has the race in the middle of summer. That is really annoying. Oh well. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to, oh, I still don't have very good amounts of energy. Let's see. Depends on how juicy this training is. Mental training. For guts. For guts and glory. Ooh. Oof. That is what we consider in this industry a big oof. In fact, we might even go as far as to say that's an oofda. Oh, well. Okay, let's see. Did I not get the... Oh, for fuck's sake. See, this is why I usually don't go for the top option, because there is the slight chance that it just doesn't show up. And then I'm just left with, I'm just left SOL without any date events. And this game's already enough of an RNG fest. I don't need that to be more RNG than it is. By the way, this run has just been very bad. I'm not gonna lie. This has somehow been an even worse run than the last one. I don't know what's going on right now. I feel like my luck so far playing this version of the game has not been good. I'll just put it there. One of these is moved down, right? No. Okay. Well, I'll do this one. Get them moved up. I think I got that confused with another event that happens later, because I have used that Yukino card a lot, because there was a time back then when that was the only way to get, what is it, that no stopping me with the gold skill. Of course, that's not the case now with Haruhai Unity Cup, but there was the time when that was the case. Okay, sure. Bam. Okay, restart. Oh, this just showed up. Dang. Yeah, I do remember for that one that if you choose the bottom option, the event chain ends. So always go for the top options when you, or I guess when you're bringing the card. If it just suddenly randomly shows up, then maybe the bottom option if the situation is right, but maybe not. Whoops. I accidentally right-clicked. I accidentally went back. That's not what you want to do. Also, I love how Fine Motion still isn't friendship. Is not friendship ready, and we're about to approach senior year. Something went horribly wrong there. Final... Yeah, give me guts. The Aramacite. The Arumbale Kinnin. Speaking of, hold on, sports. That's the other thing I was talking about, or wanted to talk about. I don't know if anybody saw that the third place match today for the World Cup. I didn't because I was busy doing other stuff, but I was keeping an eye on it because I was like, ooh, I wonder how that game's gonna go. And oh my god, what the hell happened? Because like I saw, I think I checked the score. I was like, oh, you know, England's up 2-0. Oh shit, okay, that's good for them. Looks like they're gonna win. I check again, England's up 3-0. Oh shit, wow, okay, good for them. I come back, I think later, I see the final score 6-4. What the shit? It's like, holy moly, that's insane. Like, that is not that is a hockey score. That is not a soccer score. I've never seen that many goals in a game. So that was insane. But yeah, tomorrow we got Argentina, we got Spain. Honestly, ever since what's their face? Norway went out, I feel like there hasn't really been a good underdog for me to root for, and so I've just been kind of... I try cheering for England because it feels like... I guess technically England is sort of the, Oh. How did you not... I hate you. What the heck? Okay, sorry, I have the bug. Just everywhere. Oh, good. Tissues. Great. More unlike... Did I just get back-to-back mood down events? That's actually insane. Oh, speaking of insane, oh my god, look at this. Holy shit. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Try and make up for whatever happened there, but I would have rather mood did not go down twice in one turn. But yeah, no, I was cheering for England. It's funny because this was during, I mean, both of these games were like literally midday. Like they started at noon on like what, a Wednesday, Tuesday and a Wednesday or whatever. So me and my team, like we usually do like this, my team does sort of like we spend an hour from 12 to 1 playing like this board game, which is kind of fun. Do some kind of like fun stuff there. But we were also watching the game in the meantime, and so I remember that Wednesday we actually went down to the cafeteria to go and just watch the game. I was just like, it's kind of funny. It's just like, okay, well, you know what? I don't have much work to do. We don't have much work to do. Fuck it, let's just watch the game. And so we went down there, and they had a whole bunch of TVs that we can, luckily, so good viewing experience. But man, that Argentina-England game was... Well, first of all, what the hell was England's coach thinking? Because there is no way in hell it is ever a good idea to be like, oh, we have a 1-0 lead. If there's about 40 minutes left, let's just not be offensive anymore. Let's just let them have as many chances as possible with the best soccer player in the world and some other really good complementary players. And surely they won't score and we'll be fine. And it's just like, even me, the person who doesn't really watch that much soccer and so is not really familiar with the strategies and stuff and the intricacies of it, is just like, that is so stupid. Like, you are literally just asking for a loss in that case, because you are just... It's just terrible, because it's like you're just giving them chance after chance after chance at goal, and eventually one of them is going to go through, and wouldn't you know it, one of them went through, and then directly after, and then you know, then they were screwed, England, because all the substitutes they made were for defensive substitutions, so they didn't have very many good like attacking players to try and counter and stuff, and then after Argentina scored again, then England was like, oh shit, we're fucked. And then it's just like, they never recovered from that. It sucks too, because I was cheering for England because it has been a long-ass time since they won. You look at the other 3 teams that were in the tournament, I mean, fucking... Literally, I think they were the last 3 winners of the last 3 World Cups, right? Because Spain won 2010, or maybe not the last 3, but like, Spain won 2010, France won... Literally, no, not the last one. They won 2018, and then Argentina won the last one. So it's just like, okay, great, like, you know, you got 3 countries who have won pretty recently, and it's like, I don't really know who to cheer for at this point. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, if we're really saying, I guess maybe Spain, because technically I guess it's been the longest for them, but it's still recent enough where it doesn't really feel like an underdog sort of situation, so... I'm just sitting there like, I'm probably not going to watch it, but I'll keep an eye out like I did today with the 3rd place game and see how that goes and periodically check in for updates. But I'm not going to really probably go out of my way to find a place to watch it or all that stuff, or go out and experience with the people. But yeah, overall, World Cup, you know, World Cup's always a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. No, it's fun, you know, even coming from me, fucking watching Korea always be somehow dash my hopes and disappoint me in ways that I never thought would be possible. It's finding new and creative ways to make me numb inside. So that's just the life of a sports fan, you know, especially one that's kind of on that cusp of they're successful enough, but they're never, you know, it's like, sure, you know, it's ranging from, oh, they're championship contenders, they have a chance, to, oh, they're good, but they're not, like, you know, good to the point of they're probably not going to make, like, the final 8, final 4, or whatever. So, like South Korea, so. But even then, they should have made the knockout stage. Let's be real here, right? I'm not trying to be biased. I'm obviously biased, but like, even trying to come from a place of non-bias, they should have absolutely not lost that South Africa game, and they should have at least tied against Mexico. Even if they did lose, all they needed to fucking do was at least tie against South Africa. Literally, the one thing they could not do was the thing they did, which was lose to South Africa. So it's just, I don't know. Hopefully this leads to actual reform in the KFA, Korean Football Association, but I doubt it. So I think we're just gonna have more of this where, oh, they qualified, great, oh, good, you know, we have some good players, but you know, I don't know, it's just like, it just doesn't work out. I'm not even asking for too much. I'm just asking for making the knockout stage, maybe making a reasonable effort, and then who knows from there. But I'm not expecting them to win or anything, because fuck that. That's never going to happen in my lifetime, unless things drastically change. So, such is the life of me, I guess. The life of this individual. By the way, this run, I know I was complaining about the last run being terrible. Are you fucking my grapes right now? Because I think you are. I think you really are. This is... I don't have the date event? Wait, hold on. This is even later than it was last time. What in the audacity is this bull? Okay, I am about the same level of myth as I was when I found out that fucking apartment got taken today. This is the amount of myth that I was. Oh, it's all coming back to me again. Oh, it's happening. It's happening again. Oh, gotta calm myself before I throw this water bottle. Not that I'm actually gonna do that. That's a joke. Am I even gonna reach like 1200 in any of the stats here? I don't even think that's gonna happen. This is pretty terrible, all things considered. Hey, look, that's nice. Too bad you still don't have my date event yet. It's a hard knock life for me. It's a hard knock life for me. Instead of sparks, we get this shit. Instead of rainbows, we get nothing. It's a hard knock life. Oh, okay, I legitimately thought that was another move down event, and I was probably gonna actually just quit if that was the case. Probably not, but I like to say things that, you know, I don't actually follow through on. Because that's part of being human. Hey look, I got 40 wit. Oh great, I have so much wit. Oh great, I'm gonna have even more wit. This is really great for me. Well, at least I'll get 1200 and something, I guess. That it's not the actually important stats that I need them in, but you know what? That's just how the dice roll in this RNG ass game. RNG ass game. Now, if we're talking about ass games, I think this is not the game for that. I think we want to steer more towards like the Gooner gotchas, like the Nikkeis and the Brown Dusts. If you have not seen Brown Dust in terms of kind of like the CGs that come out of that game, it's crazy how they toe the line between full-on like straight-up pornography and like what they have, because it's like I've seen some of like the images from that game and I'm like, oh, this is crazy, and then I find out it's official fucking art and I'm like, what the heck, that's literally insane. Some of the outfits in that game are the skimpiest outfits I've ever seen in my life. I think the first exposure I got to that game was I don't know if it was a CG or if it was a card of the freaking butt print from the sauna, and how detailed it was going down to the lips, and it's like, oh my goodness, is this allowed? Like, it seems like this isn't allowed. Like, are they 18 rated plus? I know there's a joke about this game being rated 18 plus in the Play Store, and I think Nikkei's rated like 12 or 13 plus or something, and it's like, what? Are you serious here? It's like, I don't know about that one, Chief. Like, yeah, Nikkei's totally a fine game for 14-year-olds to play. I mean, to be honest, 14-year-olds definitely have, you know, access to however much porn they want, but still, like, you know, it's the logistics of it, right? It's like, oh, technically you're supposed to be 18 plus, you know, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. But yeah, brown dust, crazy. You think Uma's a Gooner gotcha? Oh, buddy, you don't even know the end of it. I mean, I don't think anybody actually considers it that, but like, there's gotta be at least like some people who actually think that, and it's just like, that is not correct. You are so off base, because there are so much more worse things than this. Speaking of worse, I don't have I still don't have the date event. I want to go crawl in a hole, and never come out. Or I guess I'll just Obenkyo time. I guess I could have done a recreation, or even just rested, but that didn't feel right to me. Not that anything really does, but... Okay, please give me something good here, so that I can not feel bad about myself, and actually end this stream not feeling like a total loser. Okay, well, never mind. Okay, you know what? I was like, the cherry on top would have been if I just failed that training, and that would have really just been the topping on the shit sundae that was this run. Oof. Okay, and I'm not even gonna. Oh my god, that would be hilarious if I don't even win this. Okay, never mind, we're good. But the fact that I had to use a clock for that is already just a really big yabai. Really big, big oofda, as the kids say. I'm sure nobody said, no kid actually says that. Find me a kid that says oofda, and I'll tell you they're probably from the Midwest, because that's the thing we say. That's the thing they say. That's the thing I say sometimes. Ironically, but like, if we want to talk about like actual things I say that are Midwestern, I mean, I never realized that ope was a Midwestern thing. I thought it was just a thing, and then I realized, oh wait, people here in California don't actually say that. This was when I was moved here for during college and stuff, and it's just like, oh wait, y'all don't actually say ope, and it's just like, oh, sorry about that, or like, oh, excuse me. It's like, they don't actually do that. It's like, wow, that's insane. I never realized that was just a Midwestern thing. The more you learn. The more you learn. Okay, well, this is a big oofda in terms of everything here. I'm just gonna cry myself to sleep and move on with my life. And see as I got the S+, because of course this is an S+. In fact, this is, yeah, S+, okay. Normally I'd be like, it's pretty good, but considering the number of SS's I've gotten, this is quite unfortunate. No, thank you, nature. Not really though, because that was pretty terrible. We can't end on that though. Like, I did kind of want to end stream, but like, we cannot end on what was probably one of the worst runs I've done in recent memory. So with that, let me get this archive, and that's probably the archive ranking. Yep, got to level 81. Wow, thank you for the carrots. Thank you for your carrot. Yay, now I have 400 carrots. Beautiful. Okay, let's do one more run. Do we do Redemption with Nature, or do we do somebody else? I think we should do another Nature run, and I think we should redeem ourselves. Did... Oh. Oh, I don't have any guess... Well, biscuits. I guess we're doing an Inus run. Okay, because I think I have a Marzensky, so I can just use that instead. I don't have, like I said, I don't have a Dober, so can't even entertain the thought of doing that, so we're just gonna have to chalk it up to L. I can't believe I've done that many runs today. That's actually kind of surprising. I did do a few runs earlier in the day, so I guess that makes up for that, but that is kind of crazy that I'm just like, wow, I actually played that game a lot today. I actually played this game that much today. Isn't that insane? Isn't that crazy? That's pretty crazy. Okay, Sprint, Late Surge, or Sprint. Oh, disgusting. I hate it. I think that's my only option, though. I don't really have that many Marzenskis, actually. This might be better. I say as I look at Mile, Pace Chaser. Disgusting. Okay. Any other Maruzenskos? Is that the only two Marzenskis I have? That's terrible. I think that actually is the only two Marzenskis I have. Well, frickety dickety. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the this one. Okay. And then I will do... Whoa! What just happened there? I don't know. Okay. We will do the continued strategy of bringing in Falco, having that, do that, good. Yeah, that's fine. I have 200 of these goddamn things. I can start using some of these. Let's do it. Okay, and this is, no matter how horribly this goes, this will probably be the last run, so let's hope that this one gets me some good RNG and that we finally get something, or not finally get something, but we get something that isn't continuing down the pattern of worse and worse runs as this stream goes on. Hopefully. That's really all I ask for at the end of the day. Something that wasn't whatever happened there. Ooh. Hydration going. Ride your bike. Don't run to work. Don't follow your Umamusume instincts, just ride your bike instead. Okay. Okay, Rico appears. Really hope that she doesn't take a million... Actually, she didn't even show up as a date event during my last run, right? So that was actually just the absolute audacity. That is a... Not what you want to see. Speaking of things you didn't want to see, I didn't like seeing that I only heal 30 energy there, but... ooh, yeah, sure. It's slightly very energy... Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Introduce yourself to Rico. To Rick over here. Kalshi Moat Rick. Top option. Okay, I should probably heal. There we go, 70. Rico... Yeah, Rico. Good old Rick. Rick and Morty. I say good old as if I actually watched that show. I did not. And frankly, I don't think I ever really will. I think I've watched like snippets of it here and there, and it does not really seem like my type of thing. I don't know. I don't know why. It's like, I feel like... Because it's like kind of like improvised-ish in a way, right? With like how the dialogue is and stuff. And I know that not exactly the same, but kind of similar vibes with like Smiling Friends, which is a show that I also haven't watched, but I've watched a lot more of, that I feel like is something that is a lot more up my alley. So I'm not really... Can't really explain why, you know, what makes one more something that I would want to watch over the other, but maybe it's also just a fan base low-key. Maybe that also is kind of low-key a little bit of a what is the word? Not innate. What's the word? Implicit? No. Oh god, what's the... I don't remember the word. Okay. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know how to English. This has been made very clear in past streams, so... Okay. Ooh, that's good, but 37 is not worth it for that. Okay. So far, I can already say that this is already much better. Already a much better start than the last one. I know it's still early, but already kind of feeling it a little bit better. Well, hold on, actually. Wait a minute. Maybe I spoke too soon. Let's just do that so I can get Pita up a little bit better. Ooh. Okay, good. I was a little bit worried when I saw that failure percentage, or failure rate. Failure chance? Failure rate? Oh, hey, look at that. She actually showed up. Amazing. Yeah, we'll do the middle option. I don't want to risk it. I mean, top option would be nice just to get a little bit more energy, but I really don't want to risk... Oh, okay, good. I was like, that was kind of worth taking the risk for. Okay. Ooh, speaking of taking the risk for, I was gonna say, surely I can't fail something that was half the chance of what it was last time. Surely. Wow, back-to-back turns of the team ranking up. I'd love to see that. Was it back-to-back? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe my sense of time is absolutely shot for whatever reason. Yeah. I think the priority is trying to get all these guys to friendship fun times, which I think we're pretty close now at this rate. Okay, heal. Always take the top option, unless I'm full energy, in which case, no, but usually that's almost always not the case, so always gotta go with, especially with energy being at a premium. I really work it. Make sure it's all good. Oh wow, NPC won second place there. That was kind of funny. Place top 5 in the Satsuki show. In the Sadie show. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, actually, well, no, take that one. That one's better. Because it gets me Harikita Iko, it gets me this, it gets me that, it gets me a lot of things here. That's very good. Very, very, very juicy training right there. 10 out of 10 would juice again. Alright, logical milk tea. What a name. What a name. It reminds me of the milk tea I had earlier today, which I talked about. The fucking big ass size here. I got my cup right here. That's pretty good. Still pretty good. The little drop of tea that was still in that was aging for however long it's been sitting there, which it hasn't been sitting that long, but it's been sitting there at least. Energy. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. See, look, see this, now this is the good shit. Now this is what I'm talking about. Now we're talking. All it took was for me to train my favorite character for the game to somehow turn its luck around. Not that Nature isn't my favorite character, but like, compared to Ines, you know, first favorite versus third favorite. Let's see here. This is low-key one of these situations when I kind of just want to do a date event because we have the energy there. Wait. What's the package? I'm sorry, I just got an email about a package that was supposed to be coming, is coming soon, but I thought it already arrived. So now I'm confused what I got in the mailroom waiting for me. What did I order? Wait, actually, what did I order? It's not Ami. It's not the Henya plush I got, because that's not going to be until... Speaking of which, Henya plush, I mean, I think that already ended its sale, but I did get that Life is Pain dial because I love quoting that, and I love the way it looks, so that should be coming, not soon, but that should be coming eventually. But it's not that, so not the Henya plush. Is it the keyboard? I did order a keyboard, but I don't think it was supposed to come until... I think that was a pre-order that's not supposed to come until like October, so that's not it either. What the fuck did I order? Okay, I'm a little concerned. I guess we'll have to see. I guess I'll have to go down to the mailroom after this stream and see what the hell is waiting for me, because I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me check this real quick. Oh. Okay. Okay. I know what it is. I know what it is. In fact, actually, it is what I thought it was. It's just that the email I got for the package that's arriving is my contact lenses that's supposed to be here. They're coming. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Yep. Got it all mixed up. Good. Okay. Well, I should still go to the mailroom anyway, because I think I need to get that package before it's just sitting in the mailroom for too long. It's annoying that my apartment here has like package lockers, which you would think is a good idea because, oh, it keeps you protected from, you know, I guess the dangers that line your apartment. But it's annoying because it's like they keep it for like a certain number of days before they start charging you for it, and it's just like, what the hell? I didn't ask for this. Just put it like in front of my door or like in the mailroom or something, and I'm sure nobody's gonna take it or anything. I know there has been instances of porch pirates and people taking packages from other tenants, but usually maybe I shouldn't say usually, but I've been pretty lucky in that I hadn't had that experience. So in my mind, I'm just like, whatever, man, just throw it in next to my mailbox, and then, you know, I'll take it. It's just kind of annoying that I have to deal with going down. The other part about it too is it's down in the basement area, and there's only one way to go down it, and it's the elevator, the slow ass elevators. So I have to take the slow ass elevators down there, and it's just a whole pain to have to do that. And then I have to punch in my code, because they give like a barcode that you can scan it, but it's never worked for me. So I just have to always type in the code, like manually type it in. Great, here's my package. Okay, great. Wait for the elevator. Okay, now let's go up. And it's just like, man, could have just went to my mailbox, which is on our ground floor. Oh my god, wait, there's more. How many goddamn flies are there? Oh my god, I thought there was just one of you, but I see two right here. Hold on, sorry. Oh, it's on my escape key, and I really wanted to slam my hand on that, but that's not a good idea. Did I get it? I don't think I got it. If I did, it's in my keyboard now, so maybe that wasn't the best idea. Oh well. Did I actually get it? God, I hope not, actually. Hold on. Oh, I did. There it is. Got it on my keyboard. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's just a random piece of scrap. Wow, there's a lot of random shit in this keyboard, actually, more than I thought. No, I should clean my keyboard. That is the thing, y'all. Clean your keyboards, y'all. I've seen some images of people with their key, like, not maybe, yeah, mechanical keyboards, but also just normal keyboards. They take off the keycaps, and it's just like it's a complete, absolute travesty of a mess. With like, I don't want to describe it because it's gross, but it's gross. Especially if you eat where you kind of have your keyboard. That's also just makes it 10 times worse. But even if you just don't eat, like the dust and all the kind of stuff that can get into crevices, it's makes for collecting. It's a collection. It's basically your own collection. Wow, amazing. Ugh, disgusting. I hate it. Why did I say that? Anyway. Okay. Man, can I just say that this... Oh, yeah, I got you, bitch. Sorry, this whole friggin' saga with the flies has been quite the side story here. Again, hopefully now that I've rooted out the source of the problem, it shouldn't be an issue, hopefully, now that I'm starting to kill off the ones. But who knows, maybe there's another source that I haven't found yet. Maybe I gotta be more careful. Maybe once I start cleaning up this place a little bit more, getting ready for moving, I'll notice that I somehow left like a piece of, like a blueberry or something that just like attracted all these flies or something. I don't know. I highly doubt that, but like I said, it's happened before, so I wouldn't rule it entirely out of possibilities. I would say it's highly unlikely, but not 100% possible. Let's eat half of them because you don't need that much energy. Okay. Ooh, spicy meatball. A spicy spaghetti. Actually, yeah, no, spicy spaghetti. Gotta take advantage of the opportunities when you have them. I was tempted to do the wit training there for whatever reason, but then I realized how stupid that would be, so gotta take your rainbow trainings when you can, because they don't always show up. I actually really like this. I'm gonna do a date event, because that's actually a good amount of... Yep, there we go. I don't think that fully healed me, but that's good that even if it didn't. Now that I'm full energy, I feel like I have to take a training here, otherwise it's not worth it. Hour. Actually, no, I should have done I should have done wit. Wit is always feel like it's usually a lot harder for me to get higher ratings in. Except for the last run, for whatever reason. I don't know what was up with that run, but yeah, it's just like everything decided to not... My speed cards decide not to speed, and which is fair, because I know that Marzensky card does not have high specialty priority, but also... How did the Kita-san not do anything good there either? It's just, it was kind of weird. I guess that's fine. Okay. We got NTR, we got Flower. We got NTR Flower. Everybody's everybody's favorite flowers. We got Bourbon. We got Bourbon Rice. Bourbon Rice. I never really thought about it that way, but yeah, you could have kind of those like the combinations of stuff. Doesn't really work for some cases, like you just off of the Hitaru there, not really working for that, but like for Umas that have names that are sort of like English things, like objects and stuff, that could be kind of funny. So yeah, Bourbon Rice, Rice Bourbon. I'm trying to think of vodka. Vodka's a really good example. Yeah, vodka, Gimlet, Spare, Special Week Spare. This one just drowned in my water. Excuse me. What is wrong with you? Okay, no, it didn't. I thought it went in my water cup for a second, and then it proceeded to just decide to not exist anymore. Which honestly, I'm all for, but not in my water, please. Not in my hydration. I need that to not dehydrate. Okay, Urara's happy. I'm happy. I'm happy when Urara's happy. Health. Okay, let's do... I guess. Why aren't you doing the... Why aren't either of you doing the spirit bursts? That's what they're called. I forgot legitimately for a second. Fuck my chungus. Okay. That's fine. That's... Okay, it's not fine actually, because these are terrible. I'm gonna do a date event and watch as the 7th fly that I think I've seen during the stream is flying by my head. Okay. Good. Good, yes, come closer. Come closer. Come sit over here so I can smash my hand against you. I should probably focus on some weight here, because the weight is actually a bit low. I'm actually trying to train this into a viable contender. So in that case, yes, we do want that weight to be good, but we also want the speed to be good, and right now it ain't looking too good. But I know that can get pretty hot pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about that just yet. Let's see, look at that. Oh, like, yeah, wit, for whatever reason, feels rare to get that combination, so I'm just gonna pile on there, and then hope that the other things catch up eventually. Frantic clicking of my mouse as it goes, as I click. I can't do, because whenever I play the game on my phone, right, I get into the habit of just keep on like doing that, like clicking, click, even though I know it doesn't actually make the game move faster, but like in my mind I'm just like, oh, click, and it's become a habit, and I know the clicks of my mouse do occasionally carry into my microphone, really when I'm talking. When I'm not talking like this. Like, you didn't hear it there, probably. Because, like, I think I have it set to not trigger for the background and all that stuff, background noise, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, it does not do the same thing when I'm talking. I'm sure there's gotta be some way I can set that up so that while I'm talking it does do kind of something, muffles out that background noise. I feel like it does do that to effect, but because my mouse is like literally right here and it is pretty loud mouse, it's kind of harder for it to do that. But maybe that is something I have to look a little bit deeper into. Ooh. 2%? Yeah, 2%. There's no way. There's no way you fail 2%. Good job, Ines. Love to see it. Okay, and then... Okay, I was gonna see, unless it was like an amazing training, I'll probably rest to there, and then maybe do another... Rest seems like it's kind of a waste, though. We'll do that. Try to have enough energy for summer, but also I didn't want to just rest for the sake of that, because that felt like that would be a bit of a waste. Oh, perfect. And get some energy here. Okay, the tacky yucky Keenan. I think I called it a different name last time. That's the great thing about the tacky yucky Keenan, is that it's very versatile and you can call it whatever you want. The touchy zuchi Keenan. The touchy zuchi Kyler. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Trying to reach into my knowledge only to come short, because it's been honestly years since I've taken an improv class. I do need to get, well, maybe not need to, but it would be kind of fun to get back into that. Kind of fun to shoot the shit with the classmates and stuff and see how much funnier they were than me and laugh. It pretty much was what was a free improv, free comedy class, or not class, free comedy session, which is pretty nice. Again, my god. Oh my god, there's more of them. Okay, well, there's at least two. I have confirmed that because one of them was on my leg while the other one was trying to get into my mouth. Because apparently it just loves to That might have been the same one that was trying to get into my water. Apparently, it just loves wet spaces. I think this is the thing we're learning today. My wet space. Okay, alright. No rainbow trainings equals sad Shino. So, yes, rainbow trainings equals intense Shino. Although it depends on how many rainbows there are. If there's a good rainbows, then I'm a happy camper. That's not what I meant to press. Motherfucker. Okay, I guess I'm healed now. Did I really never get this until now? That's crazy. Okay, I was this close to not being groundwork. S for stamina. Give me my wits, thank you. I don't love this. And in fact, the trainings kind of sputtered out for whatever reason. I think after the summer training. Actually, no, the summer training was pretty bad, and then the trainings after that just kind of really sputtered to the point of where now we're at here, and it's just like, it doesn't look great. Not looking as promising as it once was in life. Is the story of my life. Oof. Man, this goes back to what I was talking about earlier, the self-deprecation, trying not to do too much of that, but here I am, doing exactly that. So let's stop with all that, maybe. Yeah, at least we got the speed up to 1200 plus. Granted, it should still be more than that, but we still have a couple of turns. Maybe we can get some couple of god turns over here to really get some a spicy meatball though. I don't know. Make a spicy meatball sandwich. That actually sounds pretty good right now. I had dinner. I did have dinner before this, but it was a light dinner, so I would not have been surprised if I was like, oh, my tummy's get the rumblies, which it hasn't yet, but we're starting to get there, so maybe once the stream ends and I go get my package, I can get a quick bite to eat, and then, or not get a quick bite, make a quick bite to eat, and enjoy the rest of whatever this day was, which, it was a day. Out of all the days that I lived, it sure was one of them. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't really that good, honestly, either. It was just kind of, it was an average day. Let's put it that way. That wasn't, I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but apparently it did. Alright, let's get this dub. There we go. Easy. How have I struggled more with the second to last match over this match? I don't think I've ever actually... Well, I think I've only had to use, like, clocks, like, once for the upgraded Team Zenith. But for whatever reason, I think, and you saw that in some of the earlier runs I did, it has taken me quite a bit of tries for sometimes for the second to last match with, like, what, either the Mejiros or, like, whatever kind of the upgraded team there. I don't know what it is with that. Maybe it's just the fact that my team isn't good enough compared to them in that state of things, whereas here my team gets somehow highly upgraded. But even then, it didn't seem like my team was really that good here, so I don't know what was up with that. Let's do... Okay, speed is good. Honestly, more wit would be nice, or more power. Or, okay, it's just going to give us more of that. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we're at semifinals, so we have 2 turns left. Okay, so I'm going to do something that's pretty crazy. I'm going to do this state event. Gets me the energy, it gets me some stats. I thought, for whatever reason, I thought it was going to give me more stamina, but I guess that's fine. Honestly, the stamina is already fine, I think, as is. Maybe 800 at least, but... Or was it 850? I don't remember. Maybe it's actually not fine. Maybe it's actually very unfine. Maybe I'm lying to you all. Maybe I'm just joking. Did I get S medium? I did not. Okay, so this isn't even the this isn't even gonna be it anyway. Unless. Bitter glass. Bitter glacé. Bitter gland. No. Here it's. Give me my stamina and guts. Give me my stats. Give me my final results. That's alright. I don't think this is gonna be a high score or anything, but it's alright. Let me get my things here, and then be on my merry way, and then we should be good. Alright. Did I not get? I did get top runner. Okay, I didn't get the bourbon skill. I didn't get the no, I did. Oh wait, I did. What am I doing? I did get the bourbon skill. Okay, never mind. I got the bourbon skill. Okay, so actually I'm good then, because I got the bourbon skill and the Marzensky skill, the top runner over here. So actually worked out in the end, maybe. Possibly. Okay, let's see. We have 316 points. Let's do that. Yeah, okay. Alright, sure. This is probably solid SS. No, barely SS. Okay, I'm actually kind of surprised at that. Well, actually not really, because... yeah. Alright, so at the end of the day, what we got is not really much of anything, to be honest. I think I'm still probably gonna... I think still this Inus is probably the best candidate, despite not having the S skill and the skills that I need. I mean, I guess this one... wasn't this the one I just made? Yeah. Why 19? This the 8... oh, because the UTC. That's weird. The UTC. It's not the 19th here. It's still the 18th, where I'm at. But no, this is the one I did make today. This one's actually a pretty good contender, I'm not gonna lie. It has good stamina, it has decent amount of wit, it has the speed and the power, and it has medium, and it has the... wait, no, this one didn't have the skills. Never mind, this one sucks. Yeah, that's the thing here, is like, I'm not really... if I don't get the skills, I don't get the stats. If I don't get the stats, I don't get the skills, or... wait, what? No. If I get the skills, I don't have the stats. If I get the stats, I don't have the skills. It's like, really, can't get anything. And then meanwhile, this look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this goddamn shit right here, where this Saiyan Sky is already good enough. Like, this is good. This is, honestly, I'm good with this one. In fact, to the point of where I'm just gonna mark that with a carrot. So Sky, at least we got one. But I will continue to try and make the best Inus I can for over the next week-ish, and try having accompanying maybe Nature or Tama. But I think that's gonna do it for me. Overall, I think I'm gonna continue using the desktop, or even when after I get my phone fixed. I think if I'm playing the English version of this game, I think I definitely want to play with the desktop, just because I think it is definitely looks a lot better for sure. And I think it's just a slightly better experience. So that being said, let's jump on over to just chatting, and we'll call it the day for today. But hope everyone having a good, or wow, hope everyone had a good stream. I know I did. Sure, let's put it that way. The luck wasn't really there, but you know, doesn't always have to work out to be perfect. So just the way the cookie crumbles. But hope you all have a good rest of your Saturday night or whatever time it may be. I will see you all tomorrow, because I will be streaming on 5 p.m. Pacific for some database detective, minor crimes division, where I'm gonna teach y'all how to do SQL, and show off my SQL skills. So look forward to that if you're interested. But till then, this has been Sheen on the Penguin, and hope to see you all in the next one. Till then, have a good rest of your day, life, whatever. All right, thanks, y'all. Goodbye.